What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about a Persona 4 remake yet again. It's not the first time. We've talked about it a few times in the past, and I think the last time was actually around a year ago. I think April of 2024, there was a rumor of it's coming. You just have to be patient because it's like years away. It could actually be after Persona 6. Now, that was from Midori. I don't know which version of Midori, so I don't know if it's true, false, whatever, somewhere in between. But there's a new kind of get the clown makeup type story on right now that I want to go over. And it could be Persona 4 remake related. Could honestly just be towards another project. Again, that's why you have to put the clown makeup on. So let's go through the story and let's kind of explain ourselves here. So basically, and I'll take it from this Rudiger on Twitter, it all boils down to singer Shihoko Harada, best known for Persona 4, revealed she's recording for an unannounced game. Her photo shows MIT Studio 2 in Tokyo, the same ones from the Persona 5 Strikers recording making of, and where most Persona soundtracks of the past decade were recorded. Now, a couple extra tidbits is, she was posting this, I believe, on social media as well, and she was liking a lot of the GIFs and just responses to her to that post based off of Persona 4. So a lot of people were responding to her using Persona 4 GIFs or pictures or whatever, and she would like all those. And I believe going back to last year when people were talking, I think with Persona 3, when they did Reload, people were saying the same thing, do Persona 4 Reload, and she was liking those. Now, there could be a correlation. There could also be no correlation, right? She could literally just, she worked on it. She wants to work on it again, or she appreciates the work. She appreciates, the fans that she kind of, got from that game. And when people talk to her online, want her to do, a remake to it, whatever, she likes those things. Doesn't have to be that deep, right? It could be, but it doesn't have to be that deep. Now, okay, the way that Twitter post, I like that Twitter post, don't get me wrong, but the way that was posted was like, okay, well, because it's at this studio, it's got to be from that. Well, I want to go on Reddit here, which is a good source, I'd say, in this situation. So you have this user, Kyubi, I hope I'm saying that right. So they say, Shihoko Harada has also recorded this studio for projects outside of the Persona series. Her vocals for Destiny Child, a gacha game by Shift Up, were recorded there as well. So assuming this is for an Atlas project is a stretch, let alone speculating that it's specifically for Persona 4 remake. So I want to throw that in, not to kill all hope, but to kill like 95% of hope. Because I'll be honest, like I saw the first Twitter, I saw all these sites writing, oh, okay, the Persona 4 remake bandwagon, it's back on, jump on the bandwagon. I think it's important to just like recognize the other side of things, because I think people, including myself, jump so fast, and oh my God, she's recording at this studio, and this studio has made Persona things before, so this must be for Persona. I think it's good to just kind of get that one comment where it's like, hey, just so you know, that studio has been used for other games, even outside of Atlas. So it doesn't even have to be an Atlas project. And then even if it is an Atlas project, it doesn't have to be for Persona 4 in particular, right? You do have the singer, like you literally have her as the connection point, but it's also, you also have to kind of remember, like, well, has she done anything besides Persona 4? The answer is yes, right? Now, okay, well, I kind of just going back and forth here, right? Because who really cares at this point? Okay, like, will it happen, won't it happen? Well, one thing you probably could say as well, though, right? Persona is more popular than it's ever been before. You did Persona 3, right? Reload. You did 5 did so well, Royal, all that jazz. So 6, I think 6 is going to blow the freaking doors off of everything, right? I think 6 is going to be really good, as it should, and as, the series has been. But it's also going to sell really well. And then, I mean, because you did Persona 3, and if you know, like, how these Persona games kind of act, right? 3 and 4 are pretty similar. And, 4 actually taking very little time to develop, back in the day. It is kind of sad that they seemingly will not care, don't care, whatever, about Persona 1 and 2, but they're kind of from like a different era, right? When it comes to remaking these games and, kind of already having that foundation, it makes sense to do Persona 3 and then 4, and then, well, you probably should stop after that, but at least to do, if you were to pick, to do 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2. Now, you could argue, okay, well, 1 and 2 are still like a big reason why this franchise freaking exists, and to have those catch up to the newer entries, right? That could be an equally valid reason to remake those old games. But at the same time, you can go back and forth again. The way these development things work, I think it would probably just be easier, faster, more cost efficient, whatever you want to say, to do the ones that are already, fundamentally done, fundamentally like in line. It makes sense to stick with those. So I guess what I'm arguing here, in case you're, well, like, what are you talking about, Alex? My main point is that I do think we get a Persona 4 remake, not necessarily because of this, not even necessarily because of last year's rumor, just because 4 was very popular. 4 kind of like started like the zeitgeist. And then, after 4, Golden, that really kind of popped off in its own way, unique way. And then 5. And so, 4 I wouldn't say is nearly as popular as 5 in terms of like how many people played it, how many people know of it. But 4, a lot of people argue 4 is the better game, or Golden, or whatever you want to say. So I don't know. It just feels like it deserves it. It also feels like Persona is, again, like I said earlier, the popularity thing. You just did 3, and not only did that work, and not only was that a good game, but you also look at the success of it. I think it sold 1 million units, and I always get confused. Some of these games do it in 24 hours. Some of them do it in like a week. That game did really well. I think it did at least 2 million sales lifetime. So, like, it's pretty good. I think the franchise is in a good spot. I think eventually you will get 4 Golden Reload, 4 Golden Remake, whatever you want to say. I do think that happens. Again, not necessarily because of all of this, though. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.